least 10 seconds. Is it on?
It's live, but nobody's joined yet, so 5.
At least 10 seconds.
Yeah, we don't have that in the video. We're gonna see that. Hey, somebody joined. Ready?
It's right there. Hello everybody, I'm not happy. It's JoeyTLive Leafs Talk, Life Talk, episode 5. Our sponsor for tonight's show is Bumble. If your game ain't tight, nobody will be swiping right. I'm not happy about the Leafs losing tonight. They lost tonight 6-3. All 3 losses this year have been 6-3. Anderson must be better. I'm thinking we get Machiavelli in the next game Saturday night versus Philadelphia. Thanks, Wonder Boy, for that tip right there. Always on top of things. The good news is Silvio's back from moose hunting, guys. He caught 2. Actually, he didn't shoot nothing. My brother-in-law was in the penalty box right now watching the show from the side. Franco, Nick, you know what? I still see half my body. I'm not happy, eh? People come half to see the show about the hockey, half to see me.
I can't see Mateo.
No, you gotta put it. You gotta
get
me
worse.
that on.
No, it's
Good?
fine.
Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, guys, back to the show. Sorry, my nephew likes to cut me off on the show and then my body on the video, but it's okay. He's doing good. So Silvio's back. I feel safe in the house. My mom is technically a midget. I like to compare her to the little guy on Game of Thrones. She likes to think she's in charge of everything, but she's technically 2'5". He caught 2 mooses, like I said. There's going to be good meat coming. He walked out of the garage looking like he got in a fight with Jason from Friday the 13th. It was a scary sight. Pretty much the Leafs are now 7-3 after 10 games. The next game is Saturday versus Philly. Again, Machiavelli should start that game. Let me see here, Nicolai. I know you had a couple stats. Wonder Boy had a couple stats. Let's start it off.
Carolina 28th in the league in scoring and scores 6 goals against the Leaf. 3 goals in the first period, 2 in the first 3 minutes of the game.
That's good stuff, Nicholas. Did you do that on the way to drive home on the Gardner, or did you do that right before the game ended? But that's good stuff. So those are the first 2 stats you got. 3.7. It just went up to 3.8. So Daniel Kime said congrats. Niels Decker with Grande Silvio. That's my buddy Niels Decker, everybody. Speaks 4 languages, but I can't understand any of them. Good guy, one of my best friends. Rinker time. John Tomaselli asked me, how many championships did Randy Savage win? I'm going to go with 2 in WWE and about 3 with WCW. Good question, my cousin John. Matty Kaluch, poor defense. Need a blue chip D-man. Matty, I agree. The defense looks bad, but I really believe Anderson has got more holes on him than like third world country army right now. Like it doesn't look good for Anderson. He can't be letting in 6 goals a game. That's the 3rd time this year when the Leafs have lost. I said this before, that he's let in 6 goals. I think they should let him rest, go to the tanning salon, do something different. We need someone else. Anthony Bravetti, he made too many passes to Matthew 3 times in a row in the power play. Not sure what that means.
Can't make too many passes to Matthews.
Who said that?
You can't make too many passes to Matthews. Matthews is the only one that sets the strings.
Yeah, that's a good point, Anthony Bravetti. Okay, I want to know about Savage. So my cousin really wants to know about Macho Man Randy Savage. You know what, John? We're going to have a wrestling talk, and you're going to sit beside me. We're going to go through from 1986 to the year 2000. Right now, we're going to stick to Leafs and Silvio killing those 2 mooses. I know people who don't like animal cruelty must hate my father, but again, this S stands for Silvio and Superman. Nicolai, let's get some more stats here. What else you got there, Wonder Boy?
Matthews goal and assist tonight, now up to 14 points in the season.
Not bad.
Leafs goal scorers Matthews, Moore, and Hyman.
I thought Moore had a good solid game on the 4th line there. Hyman, you know what everyone says, he shouldn't be on the first line with Matthews and Nylander. He's got 4 goals in 10 games. I believe it took him 26 games to get those 4 goals last year. So he's doing his part. I know we're having still a little trouble with Marner, but he looked okay tonight. But I still think this loss falls on Anderson's head. Again, 6 goals is too much. If you're the starting goalie, I think that's the only bad move Lamoriello made, but please don't tell him that because I want to live to see Saturday. Saturday's a big night downtown since it's Halloween weekend. I remember once 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago, Wonder Boy, that I took you downtown?
2 years ago,
I
16,
tell
I
you
turned
guys
16.
a little story. My nephew was 16 years old. I took him to Halloween with me to a nightclub. We dressed him up as Axl Rose. He was shaking when he was getting searched. I told him to stay focused, and we ended up having a good night. Just going down memory lane right there. Nick Lee, let's just check the message board right now. I'm going to update this.
What's in the cup?
Who's asking that?
Santino Tomaselli.
Santino Tomaselli. This is a family affair tonight, guys. We got John Tomaselli and Santino Tomaselli. Those guys could fix anything, just like Silvio. I'm the only one in the family that can't close the door on the way out, that's for sure. What's in the cup? I'm going to say it's water on the rocks. Where are you seeing that question, Wonder Boy? I don't see it on my...
It was there.
Any other questions that have come in yet? Because I don't see it on my side. Okay, again, who do you think, Wonder Boy, should start the game Saturday?
I think McElhinney's got to come in.
McElhinney's got to come in?
Anderson has to, not rest, but I think he's got to reevaluate his last couple performances. Those goals he's been giving up too easily.
Had to reevaluate. He's got to reevaluate his life after those goals he let in tonight. Every time they shot him and they went in.
That Bozak line, Bozak, Brown, JVR, -3, -3, -2. They didn't have a really good game today. Not enough chances created.
Yeah, you know what?
Not really noticeable.
They can't really be a strong second line when they're giving up too many goals on the other end. So that's a good point there, Wonder Boy. That's why you get paid the big bucks. And right now, we actually are big milestone in JoeyTLive. We hit, I think, 1,100 viewers.
1,300 viewers.
Look at Wonder Boy, always with the stats. 1,300 viewers in episode 3. The only thing I can't stand when I do my show, guys, my mom plays Candyland, and she's to the corner of me. She's not there right now. She's got a little stool because she's about 3 apples tall, and it's tough. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard a woodpecker in the forest. That's my mom on her computer. It's very loud. She taps it. Her nails are like Freddy Krueger, but I love her, and she's cooked for me when Sylvia was gone.
We have a question.
Okay.
Adrian Rocca.
Adrian Rocca.
Yeah, Joey.
Long-time friend, long-time
Firstly,
listener.
long time. Oh yeah, he says long time. What do you think about the Leafs acquiring a Todd Gill style D-man? Someone with an assassin Rashad ability to turn on a diamond heart of a gold.
I almost choked on my water. Adrian, that's a great question. You know, Todd Gill, I'll never forget in '86 when he gave the puck away in Chicago Stadium and Murray went upstairs and roofed it. We didn't go to the playoffs. I think Adrian was trying to pull a fast one on you, Wonder Boy, because Todd Gill was no-skill Gill for a long time till Pat Burns came in '92, '93 and he actually learned how to play defense. But to answer Adrian's question, I'd rather have my mom play as the 6th defenseman than have Todd Gill come back in, because at the end of the day, she makes a great pasta olio for the whole change room to enjoy. Good question though, Adrian. I hope all is well for you. Adrian fixes airplanes on his spare times, makes about $16 million a year, and he's one of my closest friends from the past. Good question, Adrian.
We have some scores from around the league.
Yeah, you know, Wonder Boy went a little dry there, so I wouldn't mind hearing some scores around the league.
Montreal losing again 4-0 to LA. Looks like they're about to pick up their 7th loss, go 2-7-2.
That makes me very happy.
Ottawa's winning 5-2 on Philly with 5 minutes left in the third.
Ottawa, they still live in Ottawa.
Tampa's winning again 3-2 against Detroit. They just keep winning. Kucherov is on fire, 14th goal of the season.
Tampa's leading the league in scoring. Not bad at all.
Florida up 7-3 on Anaheim.
Wow.
Florida looks like they're turning it around.
Yeah, Florida's got about maybe 8 people in that crowd tonight. Not a good place to watch a hockey game. Very cheap though if you want to go watch a Leaf game down there. For $100, they give you a limousine, a box, 2 players, and a pack of Skittles.
Rangers beat Arizona 5-2. They fall to 0-9-1 on the season. They just can't win a game.
Yeah, Arizona. The only thing good from Arizona is
Austin Matthews.
Listen, hey, those are my lines, and you're getting paid 3.7% when I tell you to talk, okay?
I said first.
I need you focused. I know you go to university. Actually, Wonder Boy is the first family member from my dad and mom's side that's been to university. We're very proud of him, but he almost lost his job right there. So I'm very proud of him for going to university. I went to Humber for 6 months to lead my Humber Hawks to victory at Nationals, and they paid me to take sports equipment manager, but no one wants to hear about that. We got Anthony Brevetti with another question. No, I think he already asked that. He made too many passes to Matthews 3 times in a row. That's a
Here's a question by Anthony Brevetti.
Okay.
You think Comrade will look good with Matthews? That one shift together, they look like they clicked.
You know who I really think should be with Matthews lately is Marleau. I think him and Marleau have a nice little chemistry. That pass he gave him in Winnipeg in opening night, they look good together.
The goal tonight, Komarov checked him. Marleau with the pass to Matthews. Matthews stuck it in the first goal of the game.
You can put Komarov on any line. That guy he puts his heart out there. So that's not a bad idea. But then again,
does lead the league in checking.
We're not Babcock. Babcock makes at least $8 million a year. We don't even combine for $80,000. So right now, it's not a good thing to go against Babcock. Again, we're going through all these things. Leafland does this a lot. Leafs lose. All of a sudden, we're looking for line combinations. I really believe. Listen, if the Leafs score 3 goals, they should win that game with a decent goalie tonight. 3-2, they should have won the game.
Rob Tomaselli, get a new goalie, like I said, a playoff goalie.
Oh, we got the Tomaselli brothers just invading my show tonight. I love my cousins, 3 Tomasellis. I'll talk to them anytime. Rob is right. He's been saying for the last couple of weeks that he does not believe in Anderson. He thinks we need a good goalie to go far, and he might be right. I think the only time Anderson played good last year was during the playoffs. And my cousin just came back from Punta Cana, and he had a great trip, 10 days. I think I'm going in December. I'm going to do a show live from the Dominican Republic, from Punta Cana.
Anthony Beretti, bullshit call on the face-off penalty to Kadri.
Oh, Anthony, I'm so glad you brought that up. Anthony is a younger version of me, and one day I'll give him the torch when I get married in the year 2035. But that face-off, I still don't understand that rule. I really believe they were down 4-3 at that point. They get that face-off. They score in the power play. New game. Kadri goes off, sits in the box. I really saw him when he was sitting in that box. It reminded me when he was sitting in a booth at Maison, all confused and orientated. He wasn't all there in the box. I don't understand that rule. Wonderboy, do you even know what that rule is?
No, I do not.
That's, you know what, 3.7 just went to 3.2 because I hired him to know those questions, guys. But yes, listen, he's in university. What are you taking? Wonderboy again?
You made fun of me when I said it.
No, I'm not making fun of you because in 7 years I'll be living in your basement. What do you think?
Financial and business economics.
That sounds really hard. Good for you again. We got...
Wait, the thing about on that penalty call, the face-off, Bozak went in. He clearly cheated. He went in before the face-off was taken. But when they both went to go take it, Kadri and who was the other guy? I think it was Teravainen who stepped in.
I don't look
one
at
of the two.
Names.
They went in at the same time. And somehow Kadri got the yank. And which went to the penalty.
My drink's pretty stiff right now, but that's a good point, Wonderboy. What I'm trying to get out right now, we have a big question. Jeanette Decker, Julia's birthday tomorrow. Birthday shout out. Happy birthday to Julia. She loves Game of Thrones, and my mom is going to play the love interest of the little midget on the show one day. I can feel it. It's going to happen. But good point by Wonderboy. I still was very upset about that face-off tonight.
Changed the entire game.
Wonderboy's right. He's back up to 3.7%. He knows his stuff. That's why he's on the show. My co-host is not here again, Ralph, a.k.a. Later B. He is doing laps in Lake Ontario right now, working on his traps. That's what he does to work out. So that's not bad at all. Can't wait to have him on the show, guys. He knows his hockey. Very funny guy. I know we have a couple other questions that will be coming in
Question
soon.
off Facebook from Anthony. When do you see Marner getting moved to a different line?
I think, Anthony, we've had this question 32 times, but you know what? I'll answer it one more time. I think maybe 1 or 2 more games, especially if the Leafs lose Saturday night. He's got to go back on that second line. But again, Wonderboy made a good point. If they're -3, it doesn't really matter who's on that line. They got to prevent goals from going in. So Marner, again, this is a short-term fix, 4th line. He won't be there that long. You know, at the end of the day, he will come back, just like Silvio did for Musa.
We got a question from the penalty box. Frank over there. What do you think about Gardner?
Oh, wow, that's a tough question. Gardner, good question from my brother-in-law who just came back. He's all bloody right now, but he brought a lot of food back, so he's allowed to ask questions. He's actually the first audience member. We're not happy, me and Wonderboy. We like to work alone. We don't like to spread the profits that we're making from the show to other family members. You want to give him a little look? Give him a little look. There he is right there, just finished hunting. He cut up so much meat tonight, guys. It was unbelievable. But Gardner is like
He's on and off. He's hot and cold.
He's like a light switch. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get. 1 minute he's a star. The 1 minute he should be left in the dark. That's pretty much what I think about Garner. Very fast though. Good hands. He makes bad mistakes. Makes very bad mistakes. Let me see here.
I don't know if I said this already, but 20 giveaways again.
Ooh, aren't the Leafs in the top 5, bottom 5?
Bottom 5. I think bottom 3 giveaways in the
Anderson
NHL.
goals against average, I believe, before the game was 3.04.
No, 3.34.
No, 3.04. I know my stuff, Nick Leaf. So 3.04. He's going to check this, folks. 3.04. When you add 6 goals, he'll probably get bumped up to 4. Again, I think it's time for take a rest. Daniel Kai and JT, keep up the podcast, brother. I'm out. Have a good night. Have a good night, Daniel. Long-time friend, long-time listener. Good to see you, Daniel. Good friend of mine right there. Yeah, it's 3.04. I checked that stat earlier tonight. Your starting goalie cannot have a goals against average over 3. Anderson definitely needs a break. If anyone wants to watch a good movie, on a side note, American Made with Tom Cruise is fantastic. Go see that movie. I loved it. I think Wonder Boy's going to go this Saturday with a special lady. How about that? Wonder Boy. How's that sound? I'll pay for it for your birthday.
No. Goals against average back up to 324 now.
Ooh, 324. That's not good. That's actually what the fixed rates are going in the mortgage world. 3.24. Call me at 416-553-JOEY if you want the best mortgage rates. Anderson's goals against average are actually what the fixed rates are going for right now. 3.24. If you call me, I might buy it down for you. Jamie Lee is giving us a heart. Thank you, Jamie Lee, for the heart. Patricia's on. We got Alex. More than Anthony Bravetti. Wow, guys, we're really getting big right now. I don't know if I should go to work tomorrow or just keep working on my brand. You got to start somewhere. Yes.
Do you know Ralph's number?
Ralph's
He just called in. You want to give him a call?
Yeah,
in here?
let's give.
Do you know his number?
Ah, man. Can you? Is he on live?
I don't know. He just called in right now. I couldn't pick it up.
Can you tell Ralph to text us his number on Facebook Live so we could call him from your phone? My co-host guy, stuck in a tornado in Oklahoma right now, might be calling in. I can't wait till you guys hear Ralphie Che, one of the promising young sportscasters in the game, just can't make it to the show.
Do you know the last 4 digits? I have the first 6.
The only phone numbers? No, I do not remember that. Paul Carmine, Salucci, bro, we need Poppin back in that. Oh, I would love to have the cat back in that, but he had hockey pads like my mom's sponges to clean the dishes, so I don't know if he'd be good in the new NHL. Good question. Ralph, text your number, please, Ralph. We need to hear Franco LaFranco from Calabria with a great experience he would bring to this show. Has he texted you back yet?
No.
That's too bad. He really knows his stuff, guys. That's my co-host right there. Like Bert and Ernie without Bert. It's tough. That's Sylvia right now. Guys, again, I'm living in Bolton until December 1st. The goal horn is going on right now. My dad is snoring upstairs. Trees are shaking outside. It's not a good look for the show, but give me 1 more month. We'll change where we are. Adrian Rocca, get a new goalie. I think we had a question from Kathy from Kitchener. Kathy asked the Wonder Boy, who would she prefer on a line with Matthews and Nylander? Good question, Kathy from Kitchener. Wonder Boy, what do you think? Who would
Matthews and Nylander?
Yeah, who would you, if you could pick anyone on the Leafs, who would you put?
I would like to see a Marner, Nylander, Matthews line.
See, that's why my nephew's got the university diploma coming up. He wants a star-studded first line. He doesn't care what happens. Here's a question from Dominic Perkilo, long-time listener, long-time questionnaire. What is with the tire fire in Montreal? Does price become available if this continues past December? Well, Dominic, that's a great question. They trade Price, they'll probably be last in the league for the next 32 years.
His contract is huge. I would not take that on.
But you know what? I think someone would make room for $10 million, no problem for Price. He's still top 2 goalies in the world.
Would you trade Marner and somebody else for Price?
I'd give him Anderson.
And Marner? Maybe a pick?
My car. My checking account. Whatever they want. I'd definitely take Price. That's a silly question. For sure, I'll take Price. I don't think Montreal would put him available at the trade deadline. Even though I love to see them lose more than they already are. I think they're doing great with or without him right now in the lost department.
Adrian Rocca, comment and another question.
Ooh.
I'm not as upset as Guy Scarola when Italy lost to Argentina in Italian 90.
Gaetano was pretty upset.
But this goaltending needs a correction. What do you think about bringing back fast Eddie Balfour for a goaltending clinic?
I think Ed Balfour right now is one of my favorite Leaf players of all time. He's drunk right now at a casino, so I don't think he'd bring anything. Eddie the Eagle is one of the best. I think him and Curtis Joseph flip a coin. Probably the best two goalies I've ever seen in Toronto. You know what? At this point, I think Eddie the Eagle would play better than Anderson at this point. I think my old goalie from Woodbridge Strikers, Raymond Narducci, should be in net over Anderson right now. Shout out to Raymond Narducci. Have we found out Ralph's number?
Ralph is currently not picking up. I texted him.
Oh, you texted him?
On
you do
Instagram.
have his number?
I texted him on Instagram DM.
Instagram DM. So Wonder Boy's sliding into Later B's DM as we speak. That is not good. We need to get Later B on. I don't know his number off by heart.
It was up there. I couldn't get it down fast enough.
That's too bad, guys. Again, my co-host probably getting pulled over right now for speeding, trying to get to the show. He's missed the first 5, and we got to get him on the show. But Wonder Boy has been filling in, doing a great job, I might add. Another question from Sarah from Pickering for Wonder Boy. Wow, Wonder Boy, you got a big fan base. If you could grab another goalie besides Price, who's pretty much untouchable, who would you grab in the league?
Other than Price?
Well, Price is untouchable. They'll never trade him to division rival. So other than Price,
It's a hard question.
that is a great question from.
You want a young goalie or not veteran but in form? I'd go Vasilevsky in Tampa. Up and rising goalie. He's got experience and he's doing amazing there.
Yeah, you know what? Him or Murray.
Murray.
That would be great.
2 cups.
I think we're picking at straws right now. Those are never going to happen. But yes, I would definitely take those two. I'd even take a Smith from Calgary. I think we would have had a better team with that monster in that.
We traded Andrew Raycroft for Tuukka Rask.
Yeah, well, that's when we had Ferguson running the team back then. Basically, Raycroft, I once tried to commit suicide in the middle of the highway and a bus went right through his legs. So he was that bad, and we gave up Tuukka Rask. But you know what? All those maneuvers that happened, I'm happy that it happened because it gave us our team today. So I really don't care. We never would have got the young nucleus we had now. Might have won a couple more playoff series, but really, we never would have beat Pittsburgh, Detroit back then, or Chicago, or LA Kings. So I don't care about the Raycroft trade no more. I don't care that we gave Kessel away for Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't care about that stuff. I'm happy with the team we got. Julia's birthday again. I think I'm reading that twice. Happy birthday, Julia. And we're definitely... How many minutes are we on air right now?
22. How many do we have?
Time is flying.
So we need 4 hours to go live on a podcast.
Yes.
We hooked that up to iTunes,
Yes.
I think it is. And
We
we should be almost at 3
Yeah.
hours.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think my mom's actually on level 460 on Candyland. So a shout out to Mary Tomaselli for really plucking away at that computer. If you know, I would never wish any harm on my mom, but I wish she sprained her left index finger because it drives me nuts. It's Chinese water torture.
And those long nails too.
Those long nails, and I see her sometimes at night. What's that thing on her wrist that she wears for steps?
A Fitbit.
A Fitbit?
About 20 minutes ago, she was running in the kitchen with the lights off around the dinner table.
Back when I lived
getting to 10,000 steps.
Wonderful. When I lived by myself in Liberty Village, I had other people running around my kitchen. These times have changed for JoeyTLive, but you know what? Again, December 1st, I will be back downtown. And
question from Mark DeSante.
Ooh.
Who made a bigger impact for the respective team? Doug Gilmour in 92-93 or Joey Tomaselli with the Woodbridge Strikers?
Well, Mark, that's a great question. You look fantastic tonight. I can't even see you right in front of me. I'm sure you look great. But one thing Dougie didn't do is bring a title. The thing I did for Woodbridge Strikers, I brought back-to-back Ontario Cups because all I did was win no matter what. That's a song, a hip-hop song. But yes, I definitely would choose me over the Killer. I didn't have the grit the Killer had, but I had a rocket in my pocket. Scored 4 goals from center. If you want to see the videos, I got them saved. Good question, though, Mark.
Question from Dominic Pukilo. True or false? 3 best penalty shot and free kick artists in the world. 1, Messi. 2, Javinko. 3, Ronaldo. Did you see his free kick against Atlanta?
Oh wow,
That was
Javinko's
disgusting.
actually a pretty big deal around the streets of Toronto. As one of my actually really good friends. We're on speaking terms. I know I might get a lot of jealousy running through the airways right now, but that free kick was disgusting. And a lot of people think that Javinko can't play in Serie A. I think with a shot like that, he could play anywhere he wants.
30 yards out.
30 yards out, upstairs, off the iron. Javinko's one hell of a player. He's actually a great person, too. If you ever get to know that guy, he's a class act. Yeah, too bad Italy won't bring him back to play in the national team no more. That's pretty sad to see. I think Toronto FC plays this Sunday, Nicholas.
I think it's November 5th against New York Red Bulls.
To
That's
be
the
announced.
first game.
Yeah, I think they better win this year. They have the most points all time in one season.
69.
69. That number always gets to me. But listen, guys, another thing I want to give a shout out to the Raptors. I knew you were going to lose that game last night. You guys are so predictable. It happens every year. You cannot win those West Coast swings. You just can't do it. We have the same team, same lineup, the same superstars going up against the best players in the world. We always come up short. We could beat the Phillies, Chicago Bulls, but we ain't going to beat the Golden State, San Antonio. Just Spurs,
No.
It's not going to happen. It's just the same team. It's Groundhog Day. Get that movie with Bill Murray. You'll see what I'm talking about. They should call the Groundhog Raptors. That should be their name because it's the same performance every night.
What would you do? Fire Dwayne Casey or rebuild and keep the team?
I think, again, at this point with those 4 or 5 super teams, it doesn't matter what you do with the Raptors. Those Golden State's got a good 4 or 5 year run till LeBron retires, and he looks better shape this year than he did as a rookie. So the Raptors they're going to stay stagnant. They're going to stay in the middle of the pack for a long time. They're the 10th best team in the league. That's what the Raptors are. That's it. That's all.
That's all there ever be.
Yep. So if Wiggins, too bad he signed that big deal, I think $140 million for 4 years. He's from Vaughan, actually. I don't know who was on the Lespecchio more, me or Wiggins back in the day, because Woodbridge Strikers, Wiggins playing in Vaughan. But if we got Wiggins, wow, that would have been fantastic. Nice and up touch. Oh, we got Francatori from the couch to the questionnaire. Shot. Look at this guy working everywhere. What do you think of Brown? I think Brown's a great player. I think he does what he does. He plays hard. He has a little bit of touch, soft hands. You know, I wouldn't say his hands are as good as Nylander or Marner, but I think Brown's a decent player in the Leafs. What do you think, Wonder Boy?
He's a good hard worker, almost like Hyman, but more finishing touch and more skill.
You know what? I think Hyman has more goals than Brown now at this point.
He has 4.
He's 4 compared
Brown
to Brown.
is 2.
Maybe 2 or 3, I want to say.
I think he has 2.
You know what? The Hyman gets a lot of flack. Everyone thinks he's not scoring. He's got 4 goals. I believe he has more than Nylander.
More than Nylander, more than Marner.
Nylander gets away with it because he has better hair, Nicholas. So you got to understand, people out there, if you have better hair, you get away. Mark DeSanti with another quality question. Better Leaf, Doug Gilmour or Matt Sundin? Well, that's a tough one. That's like picking between Silvio or Hank Moody. Let me see here. Doug Gilmour, we got a little taste of Doug Gilmour in those 2 to 3 years. It was very special. We had Matt Sundin for 13 years. I'm going to give the slight edge to Matt Sundin, but what Doug Gilmour did for us in 92, 93, I'll never forget it. That's a tough question, but I might get a lot of haters on this, but I'm going to have to go with Sundin. I'm going to go with Sundin by an inch. But Doug Gilmour, if he played 13 years at a younger age, going into his older age, I would have went Doug Gilmour for sure. And he still holds the Leaf record with 127 points. And we got Leonardo live, one of my mortgage agent co-workers. We know he's got some questions. He's a little late. Leonardo DiNardo. His name rhymes. I love it. And no word from our co-host, Ralph Spataro.
No.
You know, he's about 2 shows away from getting fired. Always working out, never on the show. Leaf play against Philadelphia Saturday,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. It's a must-win game, even though it's only their 11th game of the season. And
I wouldn't put it as a must-win game.
you know what? After a performance like tonight, you got to come out strong Saturday night at home. These home games, can't be losing them. I still think they should be 9-1 after 10 games. If Anderson stays on his head and lets in 3 goals instead of 6, you know, easier said than done. But I really believe we could do a lot better than what we're doing, and we're still 7-3.
Question from Frank: how about those Vegas Golden Knights? 7-1.
Wow, I'm shocked what Vegas is doing right now. I believe No sports team should be in Vegas. If I was playing on the Golden Knights, I'd be at a casino somewhere, at a nightclub. I would miss every practice, every game. You give me $8 million a year, I would be doing the splits at Wet Republic. I wouldn't even listen to my coach. So I'm surprised they're 7-1. I think once the weather gets a little bit better, their record will dip. Because if you've ever been to Vegas before, when it gets hot outside, you don't want to be on the ice unless you're making a vodka soda. That's about it.
Remember what you were saying today about the loophole controversy?
Yes.
Do you want to repeat that to their fans?
Wow, that's an inside scoop, Wonder Boy. I really believe in my heart of heart, Loophole's not injured. I really believe that Lamorello brought him into the office and gave him an Al Pacino speech from Scarface, and they asked him if he thought he was big time, and Loophole just left the room. And I don't think Loophole's ever going to play. I think there's a loophole in that story, but I don't think Loophole's ever played again. That was a freaking great analyst right there. That's for sure. Oh, my cousin Rob Tomaselli, Peter Ing is even better right now. Wow, Peter Ing from 1992, 91 probably. Peter Ing was the right thing back in the day. Yeah, I'd definitely take Peter Ing over Anderson. I don't know if people could. I'll take Alan Bester over Alice Anderson right now. Good question. Good comment by Rob Tomaselli. We have another question for Wonder Boy from Susie. Wonder Boy, if they only saw your face, imagine how more questions you're getting. Do you think the Leafs will get a top-notch defenseman at the trade deadline?
I believe they will not get a top-notch defenseman. I think they're going to ride it out. Pardon?
You think they're going to stay the way they are?
I think they're going to stay the way they are. I don't think that they're going to be willing to give up a player like JVR riding into the playoffs. I think maybe in the offseason they will, but not at the trade deadline.
Well, I guess in the offseason you can't really get rid of JVR.
Can't get rid of JVR.
You're a free agent, but I see what you're saying. If they have 102 points, but then again, you never know what seeding they fall in. Imagine they go up against a Pittsburgh first round, or again Washington. I don't think Washington's as strong as last year. We wouldn't mind a good steady defenseman trying to stop Backstrom and Ovechkin and all those other players. So that's
would you trade your second leading scorer going into the playoffs?
No.
There you go.
So I guess that question was not too good. Let's see if Leandro's asking a question. We know Leandro. Here he is. Leonardo, only at Quebec. That's my buddy Leonardo. When he has Jack Daniels, he turns into Leandro, or the other way around. Good mortgage agent, guys. Oh, Francatore. I disagree with Wonder Boy. You know what, Wonder Boy? I'm going to tell you something. When you become famous like your uncle, and I didn't even mention that. He is my nephew, everyone, Wonder Boy. When you become famous like me, there's people that want your spotlight. And what your dad is doing from the couch right there is disagreeing with you, because you got 3.7%. Right now, he's in the penalty box trying to get that elusive 1%, but he is family, so he gets automatically 2% just for being
0.1.
0.1. Okay, so Leandro, you've been waiting to come online for a long time here. Do you got any good questions, or are you hairspraying that hair of yours right now? Leandro's got the same hair as Bruce Springsteen, everybody. If you could see him right now, we call him the boss in the office, because that kid's on fire, I'll tell you. Rides his bike from here to Sicily. You should see him on that thing. He's very good at it. Let me see if Leandro has asked a question. Wonder Boy, what minutes are we at right now?
We're at 32.
Okay.
Is that Ralph's number? It said call from Instagram. But
yeah, call him there.
You want to call him?
Do it. Let's see if we get Ralph on the line. Put that on speaker. We got our first phone call ever on JoeyTLive. Looks like he doesn't come to the shows and won't pick up his phone.
Might be his home line.
You know what it is? He's under a contract dispute with Joey.
You reached Potato. I'm sorry we can answer your call right now.
What he did is he gave us a wrong number. Technically,
this is his home line.
We'll shut it down then. We'll shut it down. All right, everybody. You know what? The questions have dried up. So has my skin. I'm going to put some moisturizer on. Thank you to our sponsor, Bumble. Again, if you're gaming tight, nobody will be swiping right. Episode 5 is in the books. We're going live on podcast soon. I think we're in for our 4 hours, I believe, Nicholas. We're pretty close, Wonder Boy.
Coming up.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Shout out to Silvio for bringing 2 mooses home. I can't wait to try the stew. And my mother for getting to level 460 on Candyland. Mary Tomaselli, high heels, 4'6", everybody. Okay, thank you. Play my music before we leave.
Of course.
Boy, my voice is in it. Let's hear it. Brother-in-law still in the penalty box. Tell him his 5-minute major is over. Play my music, damn it.
And here we are.
Shut it off.